Your name and class is written on your cardboard, you are going to tape down the end near a corner. It could be any corner, okay, but a corner. So I'm going to lay that piece of masking tape over it like that, but that's not going to stick. You need to smooth it down with your finger. Also take your thumbnail and rub against it, making sure that tape is nice and tight against the string. Then you need to pull it through the end notch that's closest to it, okay? So not this one or that one, this is closest to it. So I'm going to slide it through that end notch just like that, and then flip it over to the front side, okay? Now what you're going to be doing is you are going to be bringing those warp threads from end straight down to the other end. So I have another notch right here, okay? So I'm going to go straight down to it and pull it through that very first notch on this end, okay? Now that would not be straight down. That is crooked, okay? That is not going to work out. It needs to be straight down. And once it's straight down, you're just going to slide it through, okay? And then you're going to turn it and look for the very next notch, which is right here, okay? And making sure that my string is only on the front, I'm going to slide it through that notch. But I find it helpful to flip it over and just hold this down right here, okay? And then I'm going to just go and slide it through it, okay? Sometimes it's helpful if I use 2 fingers. I slide it through it. But you see that loose thread? That is no good. You don't want that there. So you're going to just pull the slack out of it like I did, and it's on the front, okay? We're putting this string only on the front. Then same thing as before, you're going to bring it straight down to the bottom. Now is that straight? That is not. That will not work out. It needs to be straight down. So to the very next notch, and you just slide it through like that, okay? And then we're wrapping it around this notch, okay? So I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to hold it in place. Sometimes it's helpful to get myself a little bit more slack of this yarn. So I'm holding it in place, and then I'm going to bring this around and just slide it through that piece. But notice that loose string. That is no good, okay? I need to get rid of that. So I'm going to pull it nice and tight. Okay, now I don't need to yank it, okay? I don't want to bend this cardboard. That wouldn't be good either, okay? So I'm just getting rid of the slack, and then I bring it back to my beautiful front, and I'm going to go straight down to the bottom, okay? Not to another notch. It has to be straight down to the one right beside it, and I pull it through. Okay, and then I'm going to wrap it through that notch. I'm looking on the back side. I'm holding it with my finger as I just sneak it through it. Okay, and I got it through it. That's good. Oh, but there's that loose slack. I can't have that. That's no good. So I'm going to just pull it until it's gone. That's all. And then I bring it straight down to the bottom. Okay, not beside it, but straight down. So the very next notch is right there. So I'm going to just pull it through. And then, as you've guessed, I'm going right to the back side, okay? Holding it in place, sliding it through that notch, but there's that slack. That's no good, okay? So I'm pulling it through, going straight up to the top, pulling it through, okay? So you're going to be working, and I'm going to speed up, and every now and then I like to go and get some extra slack, okay? Maybe not too much of it. So I don't have to wind it back up when I'm done. And again, I'm just going, pulling it through, getting rid of the slack. And you are going from end to end, warping your loom. So to warp the loom means to put on these threads. And these threads are going to become the foundation of your weaving. And oh, it's getting really tight. So I'm going to give myself some more slack, okay? All right, and let's see where I am. Oh, I left off right there. Notice I don't have any string on this back side. It's only at these notches that I can see it, okay? All right, so I better go through the next one. I'm going to hold it in place, let it slide through, pull up the slack, and then I'm going to keep going, okay? I'm going to keep going straight down, okay? Once you get the hang of it, you can go pretty fast. There, I have done my whole loom. It is now all warped, okay? But now I need to flip it back over to the back side. I need to cut off the extra, leaving a nice tail, okay? You want that tail to be several fingers thick, okay? And then tape it down. So using that masking tape that's at your table, you're just going to seal it down, okay? Using your finger, smooth it on there really nice, okay? If you have oil pastel on your finger from when you were, if you got it on there from coloring, make sure to get rid of that, okay? Rub that away from those fingers as you seal that down, okay? And your loom is now ready to begin weaving. Okay, as you do this, remember you don't want to have any strings on this back side. Okay, they should only be on the front, and you're starting at the corner, okay, taping it down and going back and forth on this side all the way to the other end. Have fun.